the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah, I went from LA to the A. On the run, you can tell where I stay.
What's good, people? You here with your boy Jordan GK, and yes, we're back with some more Dave Chappelle. Now, I believe this is the same show that he's doing. I'm not sure whether this was before the LGBT community or after, but it's the same show anyway. I promise the next few videos of Dave Chappelle will be of his older self. Yeah, this is another kind of, I think he's in his 40s, 50s now. I think he's around that age. But yeah, this is his older self doing these doing these stand-ups. Yeah, I will be doing older ones because I know the older versions are funnier. I'm not, not to say that this isn't funny. I've just been through a few videos of the older version, and man, this guy is funny. He's hilarious. Anyway, guys, I think this topic's going to be about tough child, tough things. I'm not really too sure what that means, but we're going to get into it. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video.
But I didn't know that if you're defending your home with a shotgun, the formula dictates that you're supposed to buy both boxes. This was not a formula that I was familiar with. It goes like this. The 6 shots in a 12-gauge shotgun, so when you load the gun, you load it like this. First shot, bird shot. Next shot, buck shot. Bird shot, and then after that, gun's Jamaican. Buckshot, buckshot, buckshot. You gotta picture it, okay? Like, say I'm in bed and sleeping, and suddenly my wife wakes me up. David, wake up. And I'm like, oh, look who's come around. And I pull my dick over the top of my pajamas. And she says, no, I hear something. I go, oh, this bitch.
This guy.
And I'm like, oh, look who's come around. And I pull my dick over the top of my pajamas.
Oh,
and she says, no, I hear something. I go, oh, this bitch. So I get up out of bed, grab the gun. I say, wait here, baby, I'll go check it out. Just lock the door behind me. Oh my God, she's right there in the kitchen is a heroin-addicted white, and he's digging through the change jar by the door. I worked really hard for that change. I gotta do something. So first, I wrap the shotgun. Hey, motherfucker, click, clack. That's a test. That click, clack sound will stop a rational human being in their tracks. But sure enough, this person is not rational. They're sick on drugs. They're digging in the change. I gotta act fast. This nigga's almost got $1.50. I warned you, birdshot. And there it goes. Hot BBs will permeate his yellow heroin skin. Remember, I'm not killing him. I'm just peppering him up nice. He lets out a heroin scream. Yeah.
What? Oh my.
And that should be the end of it. But,
No choice.
I miscalculated. While he's on the ground screaming, I noticed that his teeth are horribly miscolored. That's not heroin at all, is it? That's crystal meth. He pops right back up unscathed. Time for the heavy stuff. Clack, clack, buckshot!
Oh.
And then if you got a friend with him, I got one more bird shot left, and I repeat the cycle. After that, nigga, it's slugs for everybody. And I'll be in a kitchen full of dying heroin addicts, saying stupid heroin last words. You shot me, bro. It hurts, man. It hurts. Their last words are always the dumbest words. Like, why is your dick out? None of these details added up at all. He said he walking down the street in Chicago and white dudes come up to him and say, hey man, aren't you that faggot nigger from Empire? A fuck? Does that sound like how white people talk? I know white people. They don't talk like that. Are you that faggot nigga from Empire? They would never say that. It sounds like something that I would say.
Oh.
If you're racist and homophobic, you're not even gonna know who this nigga is. You can't watch Empire.
So true. That is so true.
I feel sorry for the police, but this time we even felt sorry for the police. Can you imagine if you was a police veteran taking this kid's police report? Okay, Mr. Smollett, please.
I think they're talking about that. Is his name? I don't know what his name. Is it Jussie Smollett? I'm not sure what his name is, man. I think the gay guy on Empire. I think that's who he's talking about.
Please tell me what happened. All right, 2 a.m. You left the house at 2 a.m. It's minus 16 degrees. And, all right. You were walking. All right. And where were you going? Subway.
Subway?
That's when the men approached you? Did you see them? Do you have any? Okay, what they have on? MAGA hats. MAGA hats on in Chicago? Excuse me 1 second, Mr. Smollett. Frank, come here for a second. Find out where Kanye West was last night.
Oh, yeah.
Such a fucking outrageous story. He said they put a rope around his neck. Has anyone here ever been to Chicago? All right, so you've been there.
Guys, man, like, all my American subscribers, please let me know if this story was true or not. Sorry, if this story was true or not, because it doesn't sound true at all. I mean, who even does that? Like, when you try and rob someone, you ain't got the time to put a rope around someone's neck.
How much rope do you remember seeing? Who the fuck is carrying rope? Like, when did you get mugged, nigga, in 1850? Who's got rope? Who's got rope?
That's what I mean. Just
So, okay, I'm on a show somewhere, and I'm on stage, and I was a little drunk, you know. And I figured, fuck it, let me talk about that nigga a little bit. I figured to be safe, because, you know, everybody's phones are locked up. And I went in on this kid. I was talking all kinds of shit. Now, I didn't know that there was a journalist in the audience.
Oh, no.
And unfortunately for me, that motherfucker took impeccable notes. He told everybody everything I said. He was even putting the jokes in the headline. The headline said, Dave Chappelle says he wants to smash a dollhouse over Jussie Smollett's head.
A dollhouse. Oh my god.
And I thought for sure when I read that headline, I said, well, that's it for me. I'm canceled.
Yeah.
But lucky for me, that very same day, the Chicago police caught the motherfuckers that actually did it. And hilariously, they were both Nigerian. Not only were they not white, they were very, very black. They were Nigerian, which is the funniest shit. The whole story is funnier now. This is MAGA country, you faggot nigga. You faggot nigga.
Oh.
If you're in a group that I made fun of, then just know that I probably would only make fun of you if I see myself in you. I make fun of poor white people because I was once poor. And I know that the only difference between a poor black person and a poor white person is that a poor white person feels like it's not supposed to be happening to them.
Oh no.
Oh
my god.
I know what it's like to have a cold house. I wasn't allowed to touch the thermostat growing up without asking my father. And it would be fucking freezing in the house. I'd be like, Dad, please, can I please just turn the heat up to like, I don't know, 32, nigga, it's really cold. my dad would say, just put more clothes on, David. Got all 3 of my outfits on, nigga. When you look at me, I'm freezing up here. And he said, just don't think about how cold you are, David. And I said this, I didn't say it to him, but I said it in front of him so he could hear it. I said, I fucking hate being poor. And my dad got really upset. He didn't scream or holler, that wasn't his way. He just threw his newspaper on the floor and he said, David, 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 you are not poor. He said, poor is a mentality. He said it's a mentality that very few people ever recover from. Don't you forget it, son. You are broke. He said, these are just financial circumstances that I hope to overcome one day very soon. And I said, well, Dad, whatever you want to call this, it's wildly uncomfortable. There was a big dance coming up in the middle school. I was 12 years old. I said, Dad, can I go to the dance? He said, of course you can go to the dance. I want you to get out and meet some more kids. I said, great. It costs $3 to get in. And my dad said, ooh.
$3, you know.
Sorry, son. I don't have it. I was like, what the fuck? You don't have $3? Well, how are we alive, Dad? I found some way out of this hell. I'd do anything to not be poor. I will show Michael Jackson my anus if I get a chance.
Oh, no.
I just gotta get out of this hell. Dad said, if you want to go to the dance bad enough, I tell you what, if there's some money in the change jar, get the money from there. I was 12 years old. That's what I did. I showed up to the dance early. There's a long line of kids waiting behind me while I'm at the door trying to count out 300 pennies to get inside. I will never forget this shit as long as I fucking live. Oh, man, you know, if you've been poor, you know what that feels like. You ashamed all the time. Feels like it's your fault. And all them kids was laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Look how poor Dave Chappelle is. Like, when I think back at it, that's really the only time in my life that I ever thought to myself, I should kill everybody at school. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hi. Yes, guys. My reaction. Again, very funny, man. There's not much I can say that's new from the previous video. I think the jokes were definitely more saturated around his childhood, around his kind of upbringings. I think the $3 situation is hilarious. I know there are actually real broke-ass people out there, like poor people who can't even afford you know, a £1 chocolate bar, $1 candy bar, whatever you want to call it. But man, that was funny, man. Yeah, he's just class, man, because he has that freedom to joke about anything he wants, and I think that is so special if you're like a professional comedian or just like a very good comedian. You're allowed to joke about certain things that other comedians can't, and I think that might be the disadvantage. I'm gonna have to do some UK comedians, man. Let me know, UK subscribers. Sorry, let me know any if you know any good UK comedians. I know there are some that I know of, not off by heart, but if there are any good UK comedians, let me know in the comments. Because I don't know why I find US comedians funnier. I have no idea why. I think it maybe because they joke more about this kind of stuff, but you know, they're more literal. Whereas I know in the UK there are so many boundaries now with comedy shows and comedy. There are certain things you can't say. They have to really keep the jokes down on the level. I remember there were like TV shows like Little Britain, Come Fly With Me, those kind of shows, man. Like, they were hilarious, man. Like, honestly, I couldn't wait until that program came on that night because it was just so funny. But they had to take that off air because there were certain LGBT jokes in there. There were racist jokes. So you know, it's hard from one sense, but in another sense, I understand, because there are definitely kids that grow up watching those kind of shows, and they basically think that they can use that kind of terminology and use those kind of phrases, and they end up offending people and they end up making people upset. So I understand that. But if you're if you're an adult you're a person that can take those kind of jokes, those kind of literal jokes. I mean, if you know, I have many white friends. You know, I'll probably have more white friends than I do black friends. But if my white friends said a racist joke to me, I'll just say something back. You know, that's how, you know, my kind of friends. That's how we handle jokes. You know, we don't really take them to offense or get emotional about that kind of stuff. But hey, everyone's different, so you do have to be careful what you say. But man, I think this guy is one of the funniest comedians, not just on how he tells his jokes, but it's because he has the license to joke about what he wants to do, and he is his own comedian. Like, he's not under any real contracts where he has to keep a limit. He can do what he wants. That's why I think he's like the GOAT. Like, he's one of the best there's ever been. But yeah, guys, man, there's definitely going to be some more Dave Chappelle on the way. There's going to be more of him when he's younger. I'm going to look for some videos after this video right now and see which ones I can react to, see which ones are the funniest. Anyway, guys, that is the end of... God, guys, I need to stop doing this. That is the end of the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Remember to hit that notification bell so you're up to date with the latest videos. Guys, you hear your boy John GK, and I will see you in the next video.